Good afternoon, everyone. We're just connecting. We're gonna start in a few minutes from now. Um, Let me just quickly change my name for the ones that don't know me yet. My name is Thomas. I will be hosting this webinar today. I can see that the chat is working, so that's also good news. So for everyone already within this webinar, if there's any questions, you will be able to ask them throughout the chat. There's also a part of Zoom allows you like in Q&A, so you can also put the questions over there. I won't be able to see them while I'm on the presentation because Zoom doesn't allow us to see the present share presentation or screen and those questions at the same time, but we will be able to answer them at the end of the presentation, which will take roughly, I would say, 20 to 25 minutes. Again, it's almost 4 o'clock over here, just 1 minute. We will be waiting 1 extra minute, as in every game. There's additional time, so we will give that to all the people that are registered also for this webinar. I see that already a big part of the people are already joining us. So thank you for that. Thank you for being on time, punctual. Please let me know in the WhatsApp chat, sorry, in the chat of Zoom, where you are guys are coming from, so I able to interact a little bit as well. I see people from the USA, Canada, UK. So yeah, it's gonna be well, different hours as well. Kenya, so a lot of Japan. Okay, Japan is gonna be quite late, I guess. So we're gonna try to not make it too long. I'm just gonna write it message in the chat as well, just for everyone that's connecting a little bit later, so people can write their messages over there, and I will be able to answer them by the end of the session. I'm just gonna wait one more extra minute and then we're gonna start, especially for our Japanese guy, so that he can go to bed as well. But let's wait 30, 45 seconds. Um, and then we're gonna start with the session. As I mentioned before, it's gonna take probably, I would say 20 to 25 minutes. Um, So we will be able to do the presentation where we're gonna go into details about what the master looks like, and then we're gonna answer some questions, and I'm gonna try and do my best to answer them all of them. But yeah, we're gonna get started in the next 30 seconds, because I see people are connecting, so it's quite a lot of people at this point. So yeah, we will start. We give them an extra minute because also in Europe, we changed hours, and I know, for example, US is coming next week, or in 2 weeks from now. So there might be some doubts on the time as well. But yeah. All right, let's get started. So first of all, thank you for being present in this webinar, where we're gonna talk about the Masters in High Performance that we organize over here in Barcelona, in Spain. We're gonna talk about the Master, how the pathway is throughout the program. We're gonna talk about first of all who we are, what we are doing. I'm gonna present and share my screen in a minute. But just for everyone to know, some of the guys that are presented on this webinar already do know me. For the ones that don't know me, my name is Thomas. I'm responsible for education at MBP and Coach's Voice. So whatever question you have, just let me know within the chat. I've facilitated so you can ask your questions. As I mentioned before, I won't be able to see them until the end of the presentation, where I stop sharing my screen, because basically Zoom doesn't allow us to see those questions while presenting a screen. But let's start. So I'm gonna see if I can share this. Okay, looks like we are able to share. All right, let's get started. So first of all, again, thank you everyone for being present. As I mentioned, the webinar that we're gonna host today is gonna take 25 minutes. Then there's gonna be a Q&A part where we're gonna answer all those questions. So we're gonna talk about the Master in High Performance Football in Barcelona. As you know, we have the program also available online. But in this particular case, in this webinar, we're gonna talk about the one that we host over here in our city, in our headquarters. Um, First of all, just as a general context, who we are. So obviously, MBP is part of Coaches Voice Group. We provide a world-class education system for clubs and federation and clubs and coaches from all around the world. We work with a decent amount of federations. We work with a lot of clubs, as you can see, and a lot of our club partners are on the elite part of this world of the game of football. Just as a context, which includes also the whole group, Coach's Voice. As I said, Coach's Voice is a continuous learning platform where you see all those master classes with Jose Mourinho, Xavi Alonso, training sessions with Valencia, with Chelsea, Liverpool Academy, Arsenal Academy. So this is part of also part of the master program that we will see. Sports session planner, which is a digital session planner that we use throughout the program as well. That includes a very easy to use animation system where you can make your own training sessions. Obviously, MBP, where we're gonna talk about for in a minute, and CV Tours, which is basically offering clubs and institutions, academies, high schools to do tailor-made experience all around the globe for their players. So we're gonna talk in particularly about the Master in High Performance. Just as context, MBP has been doing this program for the last 11 years, since 2014. We started this program and we've been doing in all those years twice, except for the years of COVID, obviously. But throughout the years, the program has been very well positioned as a program that helps coaches to get or to take that step to the next level as well. So talking about those coaches, some of our master alumni that we had in the master in English and in Spanish are over here. Just a few of them. Brad, who's at Austin FC, obviously Edmilson Gerardo Torado, and Amaranto Pereira, some former players from respectively Brazil, Mexico, and Colombia. We have Michael Bursma, who works in First Division in the Netherlands, together with Rick van der Horst. So we have quite a few coaches that already are at the highest level, as Oli Porches, for example, at Man City. But yeah, this is just some of the 12 of those master alumni that have been doing the program over the years and are now currently working in professional football, as almost 90% of our alumni are working in professional football. Um, just want to do launch this. This is a part of that shows really and reflects really well what the experience looks like. Obviously, again, we are doing the program in Barcelona. We go, our school is located just in front of the Camp Nou Stadium, into the city center of the Barcelona. We are doing obviously classes, classroom sessions, but then we go watch live games, which we're gonna talk and discuss a bit more into detail in the next few minutes. But I just wanted to show this quick video, which is about 3 minutes, where you can see a little bit the dynamics of how a day at our school looks like for the coaches that are coming all around the world. I just hope that sound is gonna work, because we always know that technology always fails on the moment that it needed the most. But let's see.
So in this case, should the defender focus on the player running in behind or the player in front that receives the ball?
One of the things that you have to understand is every situation is completely different. So in this case, we have one player in front of the center back, but as you were mentioning, another player could be behind him. Then we have to define the responsibilities of the line. If there is a player between the fullback and the center back, the fullback should take care of him. And then if there is a dismarking towards the goal that we can see in this situation, is the second center back who should follow him.
So if the defender has two attackers running towards him, which one should he prioritize?
Then answering the second question that you are doing, what we have to understand is who is more dangerous when one player is going to receive on the feet or one player is going to receive between the goalkeeper and the defensive line. Of course, the dangerous one is the one going behind the defensive line because he has the possibility to attack a one-on-one situation with the goalkeeper. So with that being said, what is important is if this player go to receive and another player is going behind the defensive line, the center back has to reduce the space going back instead of going forward. Because if he goes forward, another space can be created here and easier for the attacker to have an option one-on-one with the goalkeeper.
Just as a summary, I think this video serves a lot to the people that are interested in doing the program. As you can see on the video, there's a lot of interaction throughout the classes. With obviously it's not only theory. We will talk about in a minute how the models are structured during the program. But it's important for us that that it's not only reading a 60-page long document or for example, just listening to the instructor for 4 hours in a row. It's important to have that engagement, to watch videos. We were showing a part of the fundamentals where, sorry, where we are giving the fundamental, we are showing videos, and then again we are watching live analysis. So briefly about the program. So it's a duration of 80 days over here in Barcelona. It's a weekly dedication where we estimate that from Monday to Friday we go from 10 a.m., 10 in the morning to 2 p.m. So 4 hours, obviously with a break. Which is also very important. And then at the first part of the Masters is going to be 4 to 5 live games where we're gonna be as well presented to throughout the weekend. So probably in the first 40 days of the Masters program, let's say that we it's gonna be a 6 days a week Masters program, because probably when, for example, we are going to watch an FC Barcelona game to on Sunday at 6 in the evening. We might go to watch a more local game, second, third, fourth division game, or even an under 18 game of a good academy at, for example, 3 or 2 p.m. as well. So we try to combine the maximum amount of games so we can put in practice what we have been learning throughout the whole program. Again, this presentation, this webinar is going to be sent over as well later today. Or if you are in touch with with someone on our team as the advisors, they will be able to send you the presentation as well, so you can review all the information on your own rhythm. Very important as well is the start date. We're gonna explain in a second what's the onboarding part and the in Barcelona part, but basically we start with an onboarding which start on February 23, and then we start in Barcelona on April 1st and we go until June 19. But we will see that also in a few minutes more into detail. This is very important to just review as well. So about the models. Basically, we are dividing the master's program in person in 8 models. As I mentioned before, just a minute ago, we are talking about an onboarding. What does the onboarding mean, or what are we doing within those 4 weeks? before traveling to Barcelona. We are basically preparing every coach, every student that's coming in the best way possible, so we can use the knowledge, the gain knowledge through those 4 weeks, and make sure that we can optimize our agenda and your knowledge over here as well. So basically, what we're gonna start is an onboarding where we have sessions once a week, live sessions over Zoom, and also there will be content provided on our platform. So you will be able to advance with the content, advance with certain knowledge. When you come to Barcelona on April 1st, you're going to start also with a small part or finishing the second model, which is football studies, which is literally starting with a press conference. Because in football studies, what we're going to see over there is basically the more holistic part of our master's program of the MBP methodology, which is very important to know that the MBP methodology is based on 4 questions. All right. What do I need to train? First of all, which is the answer is the model 3 and 4. How do I need to train that? And when do I need to train that? That we're going to see. And I just saw that the numbers are a little bit mixed. But we're going to see that in strength and conditioning and the methodology model. Very important. Then the why is why we're going to see that throughout the football studies part as well. So the why gives us a holistic part that of all the factors that we need to understand as a coach. For example, what has influence on the game, on the performance of my players or as a team. For example, press, weather conditions, where are we playing, the environment, referee, all these kind of things that we can prepare and we cannot prepare at the same time. So we need to understand it from a more scientific and holistic perspective in order to prepare our players in the best way possible. As I said, we finished that with a press conference. We simulate the activity of a press conference over here. We invite one of the best journalists in Catalonia, in Spain, to come over. Your classmates will be able to ask you some questions as well. And sometimes it's getting heated as well on that press conference. So it's a really good and also fun activity. When we finish with football studies, we're gonna start with one of the main parts, one of the 2 main parts actually of the master programs, which are the fundamentals. Okay, so the fundamentals is the tactical part where MBP is very well known for. Fundamentals are basically the most tactical or the most frequent tactical situations where we give the most optimized answer to. Okay, I'm gonna start repeating again. What are the fundamentals? The most frequent tactical situations. So it doesn't mean that there's new situations. They are the most frequent ones. So they can happen 25, 30 times throughout the game. Okay. And we give the most optimized answer to those situations. Doesn't mean there's not all or only one good answer. There might be multiple good answers, but we give the most optimized ones. So we, throughout the methodology, throughout the last 15, 20 years of research that we have been doing, we've created 171 fundamentals, which we divide in 3 categories. And the second category has 2 subcategories, we can call it. As you can see on the screen, individual fundamentals and collective fundamentals. Individual fundamentals, we're talking about individual tactics, we're talking about wing back, central back, holding midfielder, attacking midfielder, striker, and winger. On it both if offensive way as a defensive way. Okay, so that's very important to know. Obviously, a striker has more offensive fundamentals than defensive, but he does have defensive fundamentals. So we going into detail, into depth on the individual player. This model is something that we will be able to use in terms of how on earth am I optimizing the individual performance of my players, which is very important to understand. Okay, how can I maximize the potential and the performances of each player in my team? Once we're done with the individual fundamentals, we go to the collective fundamentals, which, like I mentioned, they have like 2 type of collective fundamentals, which are the line fundamentals and the universals. The universals are also known as the zone fundamentals, okay? The line fundamentals, basically collective, the name itself pretty clear. We're talking about collective tactics, where we are talking about individual tactics. Now we're talking about collective, okay? So we are gonna talk about in the line fundamentals about 2, 3, 4, 5 players. And in this universal of different zone fundamentals, we might be able to engage with line fundamentals, with individual fundamentals, so a little bit of both, because we've divided the field into three different zones. When we've learned those fundamentals, and in what dynamic are we using, as I mentioned, and as you could see in the video as well, you're gonna be in a classroom. Let's say that we are starting to learn the holding midfielder fundamentals on an individual level. So on Thursday and Friday, we are with those fundamentals, watching them. Just a small part of the presentation are gonna be more theoretic, because we are going to give you the fundamentals, and then you start reviewing with your instructor videos of the best holding midfielders in the world, executing those fundamentals in a good way or in a not good way. Sorry. So that's also very, very important. Let me just get a sip of water. And then when we go towards the weekend, sorry, I got a cold, so my throat is giving me a hard time. But when we finish those classroom sessions on Thursday and Friday, we will go to the game, FC Barcelona, Espanyol, Girona, to see in person, to see live those holding midfielder executing those fundamentals as well. Okay, so like I mentioned, individual and collective fundamentals are the answer on the what type of content we need to train. And then we start with the second and third question is how on earth I'm going to train those fundamentals? How on earth I'm going to prepare my team in the best way possible? Because on Friday, on Saturday, Sunday, or whatever, we have a game, and it's not like playing FIFA on a PlayStation. It's real football, so we have to prepare them in the best way possible. So that goes together with the mythology, where we're going to talk about, okay, what is our role as a coach? What do we have to do? What are the tactic strategies that align the most with my objectives? And also with the strength and conditioning part, which is very important. We know that sometimes there's, I would say, an internal discussion between the strength and conditioning coach and the head coach. Why? Because they both have their own objectives. The strength and conditioning coach wants to make sure that all the players are not injured, are in good condition, are fit, but they have to protect them as well. So maybe they say they shouldn't train that much or whatsoever. While the head coach wants to be on the field as much as possible to make sure that they can train and understand the game plan for the weekend. So within MBP, we try to connect these two departments or these two different visions with structured periodization. So we have been able to fit in all this kind of part and making sure that it also works. So we are talking about how to make a microcycle, macrocycle, based on an amount, how much strength you want to do, and everything like that. We're not going to convert you in a specialist in strength and conditioning. This is not our target. Our target is to make sure that you're gonna be a good head coach, assistant coach, sports director, scout, analyst, whatsoever. Not on the special strength and conditioning part, but it's important that you have more than the basic knowledge for that. So that's what you're gonna see in those two models, which is the second part of the master's program. Because when I was saying individual and collective fundamentals are a big part, this is the other big part that we're gonna have throughout the program. Not the last model, but a very, very, very important model is the leadership and communication. As a coach, you're not only a coach, but you're also a manager. So you need to manage people with different personalities, probably 20, 25 players, of which 11 are going to be very happy with you because they are playing, and the others that are on the bench or whatsoever, they might be pissed with you. You need to know how to manage that. And then you have your assistant coaches, you have your staff, you have the guys above you, president, sporting director, or whatsoever. So we need you to, throughout the program, we help you developing your own leadership style, your own way of communication, making sure that it fits, that you are aware that every player is a different personality, is an individual. So we need to know, okay, how to treat those individuals. Those are sessions that we do, classroom sessions with Xavi Garcia, who has been with us for the last 15 years. And he has been in contact with, or is still in contact with master students that graduated in 2014 or 2015. So imagine the importance that he has for all the coaches that have been passing through to our classroom. And the last one, which is a very important model, which is basically your final exam as well, is your game model. Your game model is your letter of presentation, basically. It's your DNA as a coach. So throughout the whole program, we're gonna give you steps that you hand in, and we will give you feedback on how to create your own game model. And on the last week of the master's program, you're gonna have to present your game model. You will have 20 minutes to present in front of your classmates, which 20 minutes sounds a lot, which is not. But you will have to be able to present that and show why we should hire you as a head coach. So it's basically your DNA as a coach. Those are the models throughout the program. As I mentioned, there's a lot of content that we're going to see. There's a lot of content within those models, but I just wanted to give a brief overview on that. Then, very important, the Barcelona experience. Barcelona is a great city, as you can tell from this beautiful picture of Sagrada Familia, which is one of, if not one of the most beautiful buildings in or buildings, it's cathedrals in the world. This city breathes football, so it's probably a lot of people say where modern football was born. I'm able to, or I would definitely agree on that. But it's a great city to just to live the experience as well of those 85 days within the city, understanding how the game works over here, where the focus is at. So it's just a great city, except outside football as well. It's a great city. Unique friendships. So within the master's program, there's unique friendships. You're gonna be connected with people from all around the world. We have had people from US, from LA to Japan as well. So imagine the diverse of cultures. It's a rich experience for everyone. One side story that I like a lot to explain is that, for example, 2019 we had a very different group in terms of culture. We had Greek guys, Polish guys, we had Americans, we had people from the Middle East, India as well. We had like, I think it was about 16 students, 12 countries. One of them was a Polish guy, and one of the other guys was a South African guy. Today they are working together in Lithuania. So that shows that there's unique friendships, and also it shows that okay, they are talking in the same way about the game. So it definitely has. So that's one of the most beautiful success stories that we have been facing in MBP as well. Live analysis, as you can see, we go to games of FC Barcelona, Espanyol, Girona, and second and third division teams, as I already mentioned. We also go to visit clubs in the Barcelona area. There's a lot of good clubs, good academies that are not those famous ones of FC Barcelona and Espanyol. It was really good academies with really good level of players and coaches as well. So we're gonna visit them to do on field sessions, but also to visualize training sessions as well. So it's a great experience to come to Barcelona, obviously. Then general information. As I said, in the online boarding, we're gonna have 4 to 5 Zoom sessions. The class hour is very difficult for us to be confirming right now, as we always tend to adapt a little bit towards where our students are from. So we might have again that story or that situation where we have a guy from LA together with Japan, which might be easier to connect them because we are right in the middle in Barcelona. So in that sense, it's very difficult to confirm the hour. There's gonna be self-learning content on the MBP platform, as I mentioned, and then We start on February 23 with the online boarding, and then on April 1st, everyone should be in the office in or in our school in Barcelona to start the classes. So classes, I think we start on Wednesday. So until Friday, it's gonna be classes, and then next week, from Monday to Friday, we're gonna see those sessions. As I mentioned, we do an MBP class trip, which is a small trip of 2 days where we disconnect as well, which is a good way to bond with your classmates. Very, very, very important because basically we try to disconnect of the game. We go to taste some wine, we go for a walk, we play some paintball or whatsoever activity that we are able to do because of the weather. Um, that's one of the most important things. So it starts on April 1st and we end on June 19. As you can tell on the left side, overall, obviously we provide clothes and merchandising. So there's a full package on things to see and to receive. There's a tablet throughout the master's program as well, which unfortunately you have to return at the end of the master's program. In this case, as it's a master of 80 days, there's no student visa required. So you are able to come on a tourist visa. For a lot of people, there's not even necessary to go to the embassy. For example, Americans, they don't need to go to the embassy. For other countries, it might be necessary to require a tourism visa as well, which is not that complicated as a student visa. Um, and obviously, last but not last, um, is that we support the housing as well. We have an external company that helps us, and also our assessment team is able to give you the necessary information on that. So there again, I said 25, 30 minutes maximum. This is the end of the presentation. I hope it was pretty clear. I tried to give in a nutshell what the masters looks like. Just if you have questions, already see there's some questions. Um, just drop them in the chat, so I can try to answer them as much as possible. And thank you. See, at this point, there's no questions. There was a question, but that person already said it was not necessary because I answered it. Um, so then again, you have the chat where you can facilitate those questions. I will wait 2 more minutes, and if not, okay, there's a question on the visa process. Yeah, so like I said, there's no requirement to get a tourist visa. Sorry, a student visa. So you can come as a tourist, which is not a problem at all. All right, I think it was pretty clear. There's no extra questions for now. Let's give it another minute, and if not, we will finish this webinar. As I said, the webinar will be sent over email, and then we will also send the presentation. Question from John as well: are the classes taught predominantly in English or Spanish? So basically this one, so we have both master's program, all right? So we have a master's program, the same master's program in high performance. We have them in Spanish and we have them in English, all right? So between January till March, just literally one day before starting the English class, we do the one in Spanish, and also we do one in between the middle of September and the beginning of December. The one that we are talking about today, those days that I've been giving throughout the webinar. This one is the one in English, all right? Same instructors, same people that are helping us or are full-time employed by MBP. They will be giving you the classes. They are working with federations, with clubs as well, so they are full-time on our staff. So I hope that was the answer on your question, John. If not, just let me know. Okay, give me next step if I'm starting. What is it? Okay, so I see Giorgio has some question. I will on the pricing or assessment guys will be in contact with you, or student advisors will be in contact with you as well. to make sure that that you have the information that you need. Some from Grandmaster will have to. Yes, exactly. As I mentioned, if you're from South Africa or Ghana in this case, you will need to obtain a letter of for tourist visa as well. We will be able to help you with that, so you can travel to Barcelona without any problem. You will have to go to the embassy for that, but that's the step that we will have to provide as well. I'm wondering whether you will include other models. Yeah, so basically, Sebastian, I guess I understand your question. You're asking other models of as individual online course. So basically, the individual and collective fundamentals, they are available online as an individual course as well. But the other parts like methodology, strength and conditioning, football studies, methodology, the game model part is not available, and we do not have the plans to make that available as an individual course as well. So it's only possible to see that content and to learn that content and knowledge by doing the master's program, because it doesn't make sense to offer it individually without having the knowledge of the other models as well. So I hope that also, Sebastian, was the answer on your question. Um, I don't see any other questions. In case there's any question that comes up to your mind in the next few days or hours, just let us know, and we will be able to help you. And as of now, I really appreciate everyone dedicating some time to listen to me. And whatever you need, we are at your disposal. And hopefully, we can see all of you guys, which is not going to be possible because we are with more people then we are able to get into our master's program, which is only 20 people, and we are much more over here. But hopefully we can see at least a big part of this group coming to Barcelona in on April 1st. All right. Thank you very much, and have a nice evening, morning, or afternoon. Thank you very much.